Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Southern Lightwork. This is your first time coming across my video. Welcome back. If you're not new, I am coming to this reading off of a song channel. This is, sorry for anybody born after 1989. This is this is another oldie. Kind of a, I'm not sure how well it did. It's a song by this bass player for the group Wham. If anybody remembers that group that George Michael was in the early 80s, early mid 80s. Dion Estes was their bass player, and he had a solo career. And one of the songs that I used to love, when I tell you I love this song, I would play it over. And I don't think I ever owned the tape, the single, but I'm pretty sure I recorded it from the radio a couple times. It's just such a beautiful song, but it's such a sad song because he's like trying to get over somebody. Heaven Help Me came across my YouTube feed because, again, my algorithm is bringing up these old songs. I don't know how it found this one in particular, because it was just so random. But the lyrics of this song feel like somebody is reflecting right now. I'll just read some of the lyrics. If you want it, you can have it. That's what you said. But I don't want the things that you leave behind. Take the pictures, take the windows and the walls. Baby, won't you leave me my peace of mind? Oh, such a waste of time. Oh, such a waste. I still want you, baby. And the chorus is, heaven help me talk to strangers. Heaven help me over you. I can't seem to take these changes. Everything reminds my heart of you. So goes into another verse. And what stood out to me is the last few things that he says on this song. It's just kind of like on the outro. He says, you're someone else's lady. So sad without you, darling. The gods of love can't help me now. So somebody feels like they've been forsaken by God, by the gods, because there's something about the love that they shared with the collective that they feel like they can't get back, they can't duplicate. That it's like it's a chapter that's been closed for good. Chapter's been closed, the book's been burned or discarded, it's been lost. Nobody will ever find it again. Like it's the end for them. Or so they think. So I want to pull some cards and see if we can get an idea. I don't know if we'll be able to tell who this is. You'll know who it is if this feels relevant to you. If don't try to make it fit, but also don't try to deny it if it does. Okay, so I want to thank our ancestors. Any ancestors who decide that they want to be present today for this act of divination. Ancestors that you have called on, that I have called on to assist us. I want to thank the ancestors here with me right now. Myself as my own ancestor. I want to thank Archangels Michael, Metatron, Raphael, Gabriel, Messenger, the Healer, the Scribe, and the Protector. And please keep us safe in an impenetrable and invisible bubble made of vibranium, shielded from anything negative, any negative energies, any negative self-talk, any negative self-concept that will make us to take anything from this reading inappropriately, inaccurately, or to make it turn us against anyone else, to cause any shift in our hearts and our minds that are not for our highest good. May our discernment be crystal clear. And so it is. So for those of you that are new, my prayer changes all the time. I know a lot of people kind of memorize something or they recite it, and I love that. I think that's cool, but I like to go with whatever the energy is in the moment. And sometimes I bumble over it. Sometimes it just comes out clearly and it feels like what's appropriate for right now. So let's see what we get. I think I want to start with the Truth Oracle. I think you can't go wrong when you start with the truth in any situation. So let's do that. Got some white sage burning. I've got this beautiful evening teakwood candle burning. I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. The sage smells good enough by itself, but this teakwood is nice. It says it's got teakwood, mahogany, and oak wood. So maybe you can imagine that if you know what those aromas smell like. One more shuffle. All right, Spirit. Who is thinking like this song right now? Intuition, sixth sense, intuition, subconscious. Somebody is using their intuition right now. Maybe they're getting intimately connected to their intuition. And that's, well, it's already given me awakening, dark night of the soul. Somebody is waking up to this realization that they're not over you. And then they may not be able to get over the collective. What else? No matter how long it's been, for some of you it's been a short period of time, for some it's been years. Run away, get away, keep away, give up. So maybe this, whatever this awakening is, it's making somebody want to run away from wherever they are right now, whatever they're dealing with. And I can't ignore these colors. We got red in both of these cards. Something is protected. Something is... I'm getting protection. I'm also getting blood. I'm getting blood as in like what gives you life, what sustains life. That's how they feel about collective getting away, that you were their life's blood. That's deep and poetic, isn't it? But that's what I'm hearing. What else? What other truth does a collective need to know about this energy today? Okay, we got 2. Change and single. So change, transformation, newborn, evolution. This beautiful butterfly here. These blue flowers, blue and yellow could be significant. Getting a sorority colors. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, there's, what I was gonna say is my mom just got up to go check on her. Transformation, newborn, evolution. Something could be disrupted. A disruption has happened that caused, spiritual awakening all over this, that led to a transformation of some type. And I was going to say the blue and yellow. For some reason, the first thing that comes to me, I'm not part of any sorority, but that made me think about a sorority that has blue and yellow as their colors. It could be significant for you or someone close to you. Blue flowers, monarch butterflies, and single, isolation, independent, alone. Somebody has been driven to be single, to be alone. And this could just be like hermit mode. They might have been why can't I think of words? They've been like isolated on purpose by spirit. Spirit will do that to, put you in a place away from other people, other influences, so you can receive the messages that you're supposed to receive, to get used to getting downloads, to, really have an unobstructed pipeline to spirit. and what you need to know for your life. So, I mean, this person even has headphones on. Like, they're walking, they're in the world, but they're not of the world. You might hear a lot of Christian folks say that, or religious people in general, when you're like supposed to be, you can't, I mean, if you don't live on a commune and you have to interact with other people that don't believe the way that you do, you still want to try to keep some filter between you and them, because if you're trying to deprogram, sorry, I'm going on a tirade apparently, but it's coming. So if you're supposed to be deprogramming your mind from matrix, or whatever you believe about, like, this is a simulation, this is the matrix, this is not real, whatever, but deprogramming just from like old thought patterns, old family toxic patterns, friends that don't serve you, family members that only hurt you, like, you kind of have to get out of it to recognize to look at it from a bird's eye view. So this is what this person has been doing, or has been led to do, to be isolated. And it's like chicken or the egg. Did the change come first, or the isolation, or vice versa? I think the isolation has to happen in order for you to change, but sometimes change happens when it's external to us that drives us into isolation so that we can heal. It's not just about getting downloads, it's about also like figuring out how to heal something. So it was real long-winded, but needed to be said. Get a couple more. What else? What other truths do we need to know? Law, lawyer, judge, police. Okay. So at any time, people could be dealing with some type of legal situation, but for it to come out with this, I'm getting something is happening fast. Something to do with the justice system is happening quickly. Somebody's intuition is causing them to leave a situation. It's because of or causing some type of change and isolation. The law is involved. What else? I'm definitely getting some tarot on this. There's someone else's lady. Okay. And 2 cards just came out. Trash and pet. Trash and pet. Waste, worthless, mouse. And I don't understand why that's on there. Unless we're just talking about like what mice do to create their beds. They make messy beds. Like they take fabrics and chew them up, shred them up, paper, anything that they can make like a little fabric-y nest with if they're in a house, right? So it could be that somebody feels like they made a mess that they have to sit in, sleep in. Get all the alcohol. It could have been, alcohol involved in some messy situation. And with the pet being here, dog, cat, animal friends, there's something about loyalty. And also I'm getting like somebody waiting, like, pets wait for you to come home. If they don't go to a sitter or some type of animal daycare, like they sit at home and wait for you. So I'm feeling like somebody was dealing with a trashy bed that they made, filled with alcohol and addictions, and not just, it's spilled. There's broken bottle at the bottom here, if you can see that. So it's been a mess. It's been potentially dangerous, but somebody is waiting. Maybe they feel like somebody's been waiting for them to change. Somebody who's loyal to them has been waiting for them to change. Or it could be literally a pet that's been waiting for them. This card, it gives me heavy, like, passed over animal too. And our pets can be our spirit guides too, I believe. So take that as it resonates, but it's definitely something's been illuminated about a situation that's somebody sees as kind of trash, that Something's been a waste. Bottom of the deck, shadow, the other side, coexist, and reverse side. So maybe somebody's learned, they're comparing you to somebody they've been with that had a shadow side. Maybe that's what they're heavily reflecting on. Or maybe this person had a reverse side that they're having to face now. That's also a possibility. I'm running out of room here, but all right. Everything that's happening in a reading is because it's significant. My mom keeps getting up. She's real restless for some reason. She doesn't usually get up this many times and not really want to get up. She's just kind of like sitting on the side of the bed, and I think she can just sense that my best friend is here. So, for y'all that don't know, my mom has dementia, and I'm her caregiver. So we're at the point, probably in the late stages. I mean, definitely in the late stages. It's just so unpredictable. But that could be significant. Somebody could be dealing with a loved one, caregiving. You're doing caregiving duties, things for a loved one, or this person is. It could just be complicating the situation, you know, but or just the restless part of that may be significant here. Somebody is feeling restless or has been feeling restless. Which is also kind of like mouse energy. They're real jumpy. As far as I know, I've never had a pet mouse, but let's get some, I want to get some love oracle messages. What is this person dealing with? If we can clarify some of these things about this intuition. Foundation. Established family security. Okay, so their intuition may be telling them that they can have this with the collective. I love this card. I just, this little entryway is just so gorgeous. It looks like, I don't know what that home style is called, but I guess it's popular in like Europe and Spain, and where you walk in and there's kind of like a perimeter to the house, but then there's an interior courtyard like area with no roof, so you can get sunlight, or it could be I guess a skylight or an atrium type covering. I just love that. You come in from outside and you still have some outside light. I love a lot of light. But yeah, they feel like there's also a lightness to that if they had that foundation with the collective, that their intuition is telling them that. What about runaway? One day, someday, somewhere, another time. So maybe this running away is because they see one day with you. Can't tell if this heart is drawn with spray paint or chalk. But one is the difference between those substances. Chalk is dusty, can be brushed away, right? It lasts for a little while, but it can be blown away with wind, with somebody's breath. But if this is, it's on a brick wall, if this is made with spray paint, it's more rebellious, but it's more lasting. There's something rebellious about, ooh, that was convoluted, but there's something rebellious about this one day, the sentiment that if they run away from whatever they're running from, there's this lasting heart, this lasting love that has an air of rebellion in it. There's something taboo about this connection. Could be forbidden by some, or people think it should be forbidden for whatever that is. Could be interracial, could be an age gap, could be Same sex, non-binary, trans, international, like you don't speak the same language, like there's something about it that, or just come from very different lives, different lifestyles. Opposites do attract. You know, a lot of folks don't believe in that, but it happens a lot more than you realize. I think a lot of people block their blessings because they don't want to embrace the fact that the person that they're supposed to be with is going to be very different. You know, so used to finding people that are just like me, that understand my life, my lifestyle, that you might be choosing wrong the whole time because you're trying to make something fit when, you know, puzzle pieces can't look just alike to fit together. Ooh, that's a bar. Puzzle pieces that are shaped the exact same way are not going to fit together, right? So what else? Change and single. What is that about? Depth, awareness, importance, value. Somebody definitely saw some depth when they isolated themselves. In their isolation, maybe they saw their own change, their own transformation. They were allowed to transform freely, to really examine their values. Like, again, getting away from people that are just like you. A person or a partner that's just like you allows you to see your own value, or to see if your values actually are different than this person's. You know, we can align our values with somebody just to get along, but are they really ours? What if we have a completely different set of values that we really want to bring into our lives? The law, conflicted, decisions, hot, cold, multiple choices. So maybe somebody's conflicted about involving lawyers, involving the law in a situation. This is a Ferris wheel in the picture. If you're on a Ferris wheel, it doesn't move very fast. You can feel like you're never going to get out of the position that you're in. You know, like if you're at the bottom, you have a little car on the bottom, it can feel like you're never going to get to the top, and vice versa. You can feel like you were suspended in air forever while they wait for people to get on and off, and you're sitting in one spot. So like, yeah, they could be also trying to be patient. They're being patient about a decision with, yeah, something's being decided in a court of law, and they're waiting for this decision. Oof. Take that as resonates. That can mean so many different things. Trash and pet, bluff, pretending, mask, exaggerate. There it is again. Somebody wearing a mask. Pretending, wearing a mask, exaggerating things. Somebody has been, whoever this person involved themselves with, they either realized that person was trash or the situation was trash. And it's making them think about the loyalty that they had from you. That you were real, that you were... Pets can't pretend to be anybody else, anything else. They're as authentic as it gets. If you have a pet that doesn't fuck with you, excuse me, sorry, I didn't mean to drop the F-bomb. If you have a pet that doesn't want to be around you, that's their personality. If you have one that's clingy and wants to be up under you 24/7, that's their personality. They're not going to pretend to be anything else. That's humans that do that. And for a reason. It's always for some ulterior motive. Bottom of this deck. Possibilities, free-spirited adventure, and risks. That's what they're thinking about. This card always makes me think about the sun card in tarot because it's so bright. It's obviously the wheat or whatever that plant is being... The sun is shining down on it. I love this card. It makes me feel so warm and like a new day is what I hear. It's a new day. Somebody feels free enough to take a risk, possibly to come towards you. And you know, with that song, like they're They're definitely in their head about it. You're gone. You're not coming back. I mean, it definitely sounds like a breakup, but it doesn't have to be a breakup. It could just be that they think you're gone, that they think that, you know, you're not coming back, or that you've moved on. And just because you don't know something about somebody's life doesn't mean they've moved on, right? It could just be that they're not around for you to see what's happening, but you could be completely wrong about that. Either way, they're dealing with some stuff that the things of life that push you into an awakening, like dealing with legal matters, dealing with the change that you go through naturally, whether you're with someone or not, running away from what? Running away from themselves, running away from all the things I mentioned before, anything toxic. If intuition is followed by running away, somebody is using their intuition to escape a bad situation, a bad relationship, mindset. Some people just live in lack. They just think about lack all the time. That's their first thought, is what's the negative part of this? What's the negative side of this? And yeah, you can be a quote unquote realist and a planner and like sabotage everything that comes your way, because you can't make a logical explanation of it or a logical way to deal with it. Sometimes logic is not enough, or sometimes it has no place in a situation, right? So let's get some tarot and see what something more specific about this person's intentions, or how they feel, what they might tell you if they actually come forward to you. What might they actually be feeling today? That's Two of Pentacles, balance. This came out in a reading I did yesterday. They want to balance the situation, or they want balance in their situation. You know, if they're thinking about foundation, their foundation. And for Pentacles to come out, this feels like earth energy for sure. Like what is the word? We're in Taurus season, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I wanted to say it in a different pronunciation for some reason. Taurus. People say it differently. But for a second, I think I forgot how to say it. Taurus. Yeah. Somebody could be stumbling over their words. They could be having a hard time enunciating things, being eloquent in what they want to say. They're trying to figure out what to say to you. One day, somewhere, someday. What is that? That of spray paint or chalk art. Okay. Two of Wands in reverse. And the Fool. Ooh. Well, that feels like planning stage is over, possibly. Or there is no plan. They're ready to take this leap. Look, this boat is giving the impression of it having a motor on it. Look at the waves on the back. Like it's speeding toward shore. They've been out at sea. They have no plan. They're not even looking in the telescope. They put the telescope down. They're taking a leap. And in this case, they are traveling knots. They are crossing water. They are speeding through the water to get to you. And water indicates cups, feelings. They're going based off their emotions, their feelings. Almost like this feels like Fool energy. This person took off running with nothing. There's no baggage. There's no cell phone that I can tell. Like, it looks like she didn't even have any shoes on. Like, she just took off. That is absolutely Fool energy. And it almost looks like she's running toward the storm. So I feel like that's a promise. That one day is a promise. And it's just wait for it. It's coming. So I feel like they want to come towards you quickly. What about this depth with change and isolation? Or excuse me, single. Change and single. This person could have gotten a divorce or want to, since we're followed by law. Come on, Spirit. Thank you. The devil. See how the devil is trying not to come out? Never wants you to see it. The devil never wants you to see it. And this octopus, one of the most intelligent creatures that I've ever heard of, with behavior we're still trying to understand. In the depths of the ocean, look how dark this card is. They've gone deep. They've gone so deep in this isolation and change that they've had to face the devil. And all of a sudden I'm getting really emotional. They had to face the devil inside of them. So hope that's not triggering to anybody based on your religious upbringing or not. But we all have obsessive, this is obsessive, addictive behaviors, things that are not loving to yourself, to your higher self, things that keep you stuck, things and people, places, and things that keep you stuck. That's devil energy. But they've had to face the devil inside themselves when they went through this change. I mean, the process of becoming a butterfly for the caterpillar probably feels like the devil. It probably feels like an attack. You literally are dissolving. You, Mr. Caterpillar, you're literally like dissolving into goo to become something else. But at the same time, like, we don't have any evidence that they think about it. We don't have any evidence that the caterpillar is like contemplating what's about to happen. All they know is in the moment, this sucks. Like, I don't have a face anymore. I don't have legs. Like, it is becoming, I'm becoming something else that I cannot move. But it's also contained. Okay, I'm seeing a visual I'm trying to describe, but the point is, they have faced this energy that they were dealing with, and 15 can be significant, the 15th of any month. I'm hearing tax debt. We just passed the tax deadline of April 15th. That could be something they had to face. Hopefully not. That's can get you in a lot of hot water if you're not up to date on your taxes, right? Or at least paying them. That could be significant for somebody. What about this conflicted and law pile? What is the conflicted energy about? The Hermit. There he is. There's our Hermit. They're waiting for something. They're waiting for some decision. Quietly waiting for some decision. And that's a 9. With last year being a 9 year, it feels like they were waiting for something that was supposed to happen last year. Possibly. Something's been drawn out. Pet, trash, and bluff. What is this bluffing energy about? This mask and exaggeration. What is that about? The energy today. The Chariot. You know, somebody can't get away fast enough. And even though, you know, this image of the 2 seahorses turning away from each other, I feel like it is, even though, you know, that's against what how seahorses behave, but it's like people are still, I'm seeing they're still connected somehow. They could be connected by a child or children, but they want to get away from each other. But they're underwater. Somebody's dealing with some financial losses. because somebody was pretending. And something was built to start with trash, and I mean the foundation, and to have trash, what you end up with, like maybe somebody thought they were building a foundation, and now that they see that it was with you, and what they built was this trashy little setup here. Can't lay in that bed. I mean, who would want to? Unless you're drunk. Otherwise, a sober person would be like, I'm not laying down right here. I'm not doing that. So that could be literal. Somebody could have stopped drinking, or somebody's just sober, as in like they see somebody beyond their mask now. And I keep hearing this other song, Drowning in Your Eyes, by another old song. What is his name? Ephraim Lewis, I think. British. You think all these British people. But Drowning in Your Eyes. What is it? Going out to sea. Helpless on the restless tide that flows between you and me. So, but I'm seeing this card of this person looking directly at the lens, like somebody was mesmerized by somebody's eyes, but they didn't see the mask. It's like they only saw this part. They could only see their eyes. And that's what made them think that it was something it wasn't. Because I'm like, you can see the eyes. You can see this rose in her hair from here up. She looks like she's, pretty little ornate makeup. And then you remove that and you see that this is actually somebody who's dead inside. Damn. That's a harsh realization. Somebody who's dead inside? Really? Ugh. Yeah, somebody is draining them. Somebody is... And they're not happy, so the person that you're thinking about is not happy. That's why they want to get away from each other. Bottom of the deck is a Queen of Pentacles. Pre-Empress energy. That's the possibilities, is the Queen of Pentacles. So that could be your person, male or female, and that energy, they're embodying that energy that like, and it could be money, it could be just abundant mindset that maybe they've got this decision already, this legal decision. They're keeping it to themselves though. They're in hermit mode, so they're not telling anybody. Maybe they want a breakup to be amicable. I mean, if you're thinking about your pockets, you do want it to be amicable, because the people that are angry want to hurt you, lash out, and try to hit you financially, right? Like, I can't make you stay, so I'm saying it like I've been through 5 divorces, but this is what they say in the movies. This is how they talk about it in the movies. And also, the people that I know of who've been divorced have had nasty divorces. It's like, the money is the last thing I can do to hurt you, to try to stick you with financial obligations so that you're always miserable. Like, it's so low vibrational and just whack to me. Like, I don't understand what people get out of that. Because once you have the money and you still don't have the person, did you win? Really? So, I don't know. I don't know what motivates people sometimes. But let me see here. I'm going to get a few more cards. I'm going to get some what to expect from this Love Oracle deck. This has another name. Love Oracle Tarot. Yeah, I apologize. It was bought on a whim. I don't think this is, or I know this can't be the original deck. There's so many decks like this. You see the images. I think this is definitely a knockoff because the cards are not even cut the same size. It's very frustrating. But I like the messages that come out. So let's see. What can the collective look forward to from the person in this energy? Since they are... Oh, that's too many. Since they are apparently coming out of hermit mode and trying to end something. They are coming out of hermit mode, but they've dealt with their demons in the dark, in isolation. They've transformed. They're rushing towards you in this energy, having done a lot of work. I'm hearing shadow work specifically. And they want to break up with somebody amicably. So, yeah, what does the collective have to look forward to? The person in this energy. Oh my gosh. They're trying to come out the Phoenix, and this is not how you spell Phoenix. I think it's just a printing error. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. Yes. Yeah. That's the balance. Is somebody's intuition has led them down this path of healing, awakening, and whatever they're dealing with, it's like they're about to rise from the ashes. Whatever it is. That's very promising. What else? And the Fool and this Two of Wands in reverse. It's okay to not have a plan all the time, y'all. That's too many cards. About to just pull from the top in a second because they're so misaligned. Alright, I'm going to take... Well, 3 is the most I'll take. We'll get this 3. Photograph, sunglasses, and mask. So, photograph, looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. This looks like more water. Somebody wants to take you out on the water, or they're coming across water. There's something about water. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. I'm not getting negativity from this. I'm getting just somebody's watching. Somebody's watching for signs that it's not time to come. That's what I'm getting. Mask, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude. Gaslighting again. Somebody is keeping their feelings hidden. I mean, to jump into Fool energy with no plan. Somebody may be on the rebound, but they're not saying it yet. They're not saying anything about it yet because they're watching for something. They're watching for something, so they're not going to come clean yet. What about this devil energy? They face the devil. What's going to come of that? Okay. Here's another camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories. This is somebody that you have dealt with before. So, dealing with the devil means reminiscing, looking at keepsakes, learning from the past, making memories. It's like they are... Maybe they're remembering an obsession they had that made you leave them. Yeah, there may have been something that they were caught up in or caught up on, somebody that made you walk away. And they're heavily reminiscing, looking at your photos, reminiscing, like, make new memories, make memories. They want to make new memories with you. So if this is somebody you broke up with that you don't want ever again, then that's a no. But is that 2 cards? That's 2 cards. For the Hermit, the Sword and the Rose, and seduction. Uh-oh. The Sword and the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. So many words. And seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Hmm. Somebody cheated. I feel like somebody cheated in a connection, and this law involvement is about to seal a deal on something. Yeah, somebody may have cheated, got caught, cheated on a spouse. And it may not be people that are married. It could be that the laws involved for, hopefully, not any criminal activity, but there's going to be clarity and truth coming from whatever this situation was. Somebody's just in hermit mode about it now. Like it's not time to talk about it. Maybe they're going to come and tell you. But they can't get over you. So this is, trying to get away from somebody amicably who was wearing a mask, was bluffing. How many is that? Keep getting more than one card, but I'm going to take them. Stabbed in the back and soulmates. Yeah, somebody was betrayed. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. And soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. They could also feel like they did this to you. I mean, I'm definitely getting with that bluff card and trash. Somebody got stabbed in the back. It also says separation. I've used the word blindsided like 3 times today with 3 different conversations. Somebody was blindsided. And maybe that blindsided event caused them to turn their back on their soulmate, the collective. In that song, it's like he's asking heaven to help me, but then in the end says the gods can't hear me. So it's like they felt like even their prayers have gone unanswered because maybe they feel like they deserve this betrayal for some reason. A lot of people do stay in connections they shouldn't be in because they feel guilty. They feel guilt about something and they just let it make them stay longer than they need to. Love. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So, there's no denying it. I think they love themselves enough. They love themselves enough to do what they need to do because they love you. And self-love is definitely required before you can move forward with anything for somebody else, is make sure that you love yourself completely, thoroughly. Can't seem to take these changes. Everything reminds my heart of you. They can't get away from the synchronicities. They can't get away from the songs like that one. Maybe they're channeling songs too while they're going through this. And I feel like this stuff is happening separate and apart from the collective. I feel like this stuff is happening anyway. But maybe as they're going through this and navigating whatever this legal situation is, they're realizing the depth of their emotions for the collective. It's nothing like upheaval and turmoil to make you reflect on the good things, maybe the good people that you've had in your life. So to know if this is your reading, pull some charms. This is a teeny tiny one. It is a little red butterfly. There's red again. It's definitely a theme in this reading. Butterflies and the color red. What else? Oh, my music stopped. Another heart. I love this one. It's like my heart half full. You can look at it as half empty, but I choose to take this as half full. Somebody's heart chakra is opening or opening up. Filling with blood. Oh, just got an 18 plus message, but I'm not going to say it. Use your imagination. And, ooh. I've never pulled this out. This is a teeny tiny little crucifix. But the top of it looks like an anchor. It doesn't look like a cross. It looks like an anchor to me. Like the top part of it. That is interesting. To come out with this pile with the devil card, and somebody feels like they sacrificed themselves. Ooh. Yeah, they sacrificed themselves to anchor someone. I'm talking about you at this point. You may be somebody who has come to that realization. Which, you know, if this is a twin flame situation, you're mirroring your person. So I think you both feel that way. That you sacrificed way too much to build a foundation for the wrong people, for the wrong person. Maybe the wrong foundation for yourself. You might be reminiscing about this person too. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. As I've heard all my life, a fleur-de-lis. Triumph. Somebody's going to triumph in court. You may have recently had an accomplishment, a significant accomplishment in work, love, school, education. Just doing something really hard, moving. Moving is very hard. Getting some recognition for something could be significant for you. Couple more. It's just peacock again. I get this peacock so much. Yeah, somebody was a peacock. Somebody wanted attention. I'm hearing clout chasing. Somebody did something for the attention. How old are we? When you're doing things just for attention, whether they're good or bad, like, you got to examine your motives. If this is somebody you're connected with, you may be dealing with these feelings yourself, or you could be facing that. Like this, in therapy world, it's histrionic personality disorder. Like people who relate to others by flaunting, by kind of volatile. They can have mood swings. They can be sweet one second and a raging you-know-what the next. They have a really hard time regulating their emotions. So if you're dealing with somebody like that, it's always in your face, attention seeking, this could be your reading. Or if you're overcoming that yourself, congratulations. Hope so. Let's see another. Let you know if this is your reading. Ooh, this is a hand. Oh, I don't know if this is going to show up on the camera, but it's like a hand making the American Sign Language symbol for the letter T. It's this. If you can see this. The letter T. That's a T, right? Yeah, I think so. That could be significant. Could be the beginning of your first middle or last initial. And sign language could be significant. You could have a hearing impairment or deal with somebody that does. Take care of somebody that does. Have somebody in your family. Could be learning sign language or wanting to. Which is an awesome thing. I know how to sign the alphabet. I don't know anything else. Would love to learn someday. All right, final charm to know if this is your reading. Dragonfly. And a pink dragonfly. So, magic. There's something magical about these little buddies. You could be seeing dragonflies again. They've started to emerge where I am. I see them outside my window often. They're pretty fast. So this is still another reference to speed. signal spring. We are, I think, officially, we're in summer. I don't care what the weather person says. It feels like summer. It's been hot enough. But this is a sign of change too. And very much like the lotus flower, like the insect version of a lotus flower, they spawn underwater and they emerge flying. So, you know, what may seem like an unlikely inception or unlikely birth, you could have overcome some odds in your childhood or at birth. Maybe you dealt with some childhood sickness, weren't expected to make it. It just got really heavy all of a sudden. But it came up, so I got to say it. So that could be your reading if that's true for you. Very last one. Okay, last time. To know if this is your reading, it's a hand. It's a hand on both sides. It says handmade. So you could be crafty. You could make things, handmade gifts. Mother's Day's coming up. Some of you may be making handmade gifts for your mothers or other mothers in your life. For yourself, I hope. You don't have to be making things or giving gifts to other people. You can give to yourself, for sure, as you should, I think. But also, this is giving me, you do things with you work with your hands somehow for a living or just for leisure. But yeah, that could be a reading if that's relevant. So this energy is kind of chaotic, but it's promising because there's love involved. Somebody is dealing with betrayal, pretty significant betrayal, but the law is involved. So even though I am no fan of the justice system because it is not blind, unfortunately, for everybody, but justice is about to be served, is what I'm feeling from this. And somebody's waiting for the decision so they can run speedboat to you. Yeah, they're coming quickly as soon as they get this decision. So that's what I have. Thank you for watching. I love y'all. And this is from my imagination to yours.